Where is he?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
I swear it just said to press J and he didn't.
Others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'd be
And
pretty
then
happy
one
with a
day,
job like that.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, maybe there's a message on the phone. Or not. Maybe there was a company holiday. I don't know, many of these things just seem to be true. Could be true, I guess. Why does he get his own room without a window? Look how sad is that? He doesn't even get a window. He's got a closet.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah,
No
that's what
matter
I thought.
How hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oops. Oh well. No, they're not here, obviously. Let's just wreck everyone's work. They'll never know it's me. Unless they did have a meeting and, you know, I was the only one not there. That's a weird room. Alright, let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Or did he wonder why the door behind him closed and now he can't see through the windows? I like following what we're supposed to do. But let's not.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
What a
he
rebel.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep, that's what he wanted to do. That looks like a meeting room.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, well, for $1.25 I'd be taking lots of drinks.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I'm actually looking at the drink machine, but alright. We're gonna see if the timer goes across.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I don't think the timer moved. I think it's just the little...
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Alright, we're moving on. Welcome to Stream Fun Video.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Oh, I don't know, there's a door there on the right. We'll just peek. It doesn't look like that's a meeting room. We'll take the left. Oh.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh. Oh, I thought we could get out. I guess we're not going to the meeting room after all. I was planning on going there.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's,
Oh.
left.
Alright, let's go left.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I haven't been down here before.
See, we went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This doesn't seem right. We're going down now. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding?
Can we jump?
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry guys, I just spoiled the entire game for you.
All of
Alright.
his co-workers were gone.
So we've been through this. We'll quickly skip
Stanley
through
decided
this.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
He's a fast walker.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Left.
Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Alright, let's go this way. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to what you taught yourself. Well, that's wonderful. Hello, Mr. Story. We just went around. Let's go this way.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, really? Alright, try number 3.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, the meeting room's to the left. But there's no doors in here now.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Can we get out that way? No.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
This seems very logical.
Now this...
There's a cabin.
I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Do
sounds
you remember,
correct.
Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Oh, the door's gone.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Well, I was enjoying my win. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh. We got a line this time.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Woohoo!
Follow the line. How simple is that?
We didn't go that way before. We went straight. Oh no, it's got no doors. We're not falling for that trap again. Alright, here we go.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured
Oh,
into
well, we can't
being
walk up the
by
wall,
the
come on.
manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
It must be a long line if we got some music playing. Oh, welcome back.
The music.
Oop.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ooh, I missed something. I think it's just playing with me. Let's keep going. Follow the line.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Alright, let's go see if there is a door in that room now. I know where we are. There's not. We're gonna head back. Alright, so we came through there. And we're going this way now. I'm pretty sure. Well, we've already won once going out here.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
What are we? Oh, couldn't find our number. That's all good. It's all good. We're playing now. We already won once.
Stanley, I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Yeah, I know, stupid line.
Story. Something exciting.
Yes.
Daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yes, let's go that direction.
Now, yes, This is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Now I kind of just
What do
wanted to
you
go
want
left
the
to the
story
meeting
to
room.
be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
It's just a square. We're walking in a circle. Oh, there we go.
Oh, no, not you.
Oh,
again.
it's found us.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
But we've got to remember that fern for some reason. I don't know why. Oh. It kind of reminds me of Portal for some reason, that line going all across there. Here we are, somewhere.
Good choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must
Going the
be
wrong
a
way.
reverse door that
Going
leads
backwards and
here.
forwards.
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Uh-oh. No, I want to go in the left door. Alright.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
We won somewhere
So
in
now,
here.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall.
I end up dying, apparently.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't.
I can
do
type
it.
on
I
the
won't
chair.
Do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean?
Whoa, something's happened.
Do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Let's open the door.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
What the I wasn't expecting that noise. Oh. Talk about... I don't like scary games. That noise just came from nowhere. Welcome to the stream, SlyJesse. Geist, sorry. Here we are. In the room.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Alright.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Yes, he
he'd
did.
seen Mr. Memo.
He's gonna go to the meeting room this time. And look, we got some doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, he did. Because he's not going through that again. There's no one here.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Why don't we go to Chris in the broom closet? You know, he might be there. Then we'll have someone. Is this the first time playing the game? No, this is second time. I played it a long time ago, but you know, I just really feel like playing it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We've already been downstairs once. Let's see what's down there. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna listen to the guy this time. To an extent, I think. Ooh, it's nice up here. Hello, Mr. Boss Man. I guess this is his room.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled,
really tall
Stanley
building.
wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Well, who could know that?
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Where's this keypad thing? He said it was behind his desk.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Oh, okay.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh, hang on. Here it is.
Two, 2845.
Whoops.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Ooh,
by
thank
sheer
goodness.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, I don't like going through this place. This is where it took us before. Well, he didn't say we went downstairs. But it looks like that's all we can. That's the only place we can go at the moment. Look at us go, advancing the storyline without the adventure line. We're doing pretty well, I think.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Hey, he'd been here
It was
before.
a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Because he's
This
probably getting
question
paid
would not
nice
go
money.
unanswered for long.
Yeah, this has got the portal feeling.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You know, that is tempting if we can, you know, start mind controlling people. Let's go through here. Now, we were upstairs before. Up the top, I think.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What
Yep.
horrible
We're up
secret
there.
did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, I don't think we got an option. I think we kind of have to find out now. I can't get out. Why would there just be a button with a light bulb on it? Sure, why not? We'll just press that button
monsters
too.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
They're not there though.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
No, but good pay and benefits.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Well, we
Had
were
Stanley really
for
been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Sure, why not?
No, he refused to believe it.
Oh.
He couldn't accept it.
No way.
Life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
Oh, good.
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
But we kind of want to use it. We want the power to mind control people. Yeah, I think we'll just keep walking. Ah, here we go. It's where I can use my hacking skills to take it all out and gain control
When at last
myself.
he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
No.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oh, I think they're reading my mind.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls
Let it
off
go.
and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do
Well, that's
much
what I've been
better
doing
than
so
that.
far.
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Ah,
In the
wonderful.
event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Okay.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
Yes.
You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yeah, why
A
not?
moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood.
Well,
You're
there's
gonna
some
die
buttons
anyway.
around. There's
I'll tell
3.
you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
Oh.
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control
don't know if these do
wrested
anything.
away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I don't know where number 4 is.
Dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that
What's
you
that?
have no idea
4,
where you're
okay,
going
of
or
course.
what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Alright, let's
Or
press
did
the
you
buttons
just
in order.
assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yeah.
Look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won?
I already won.
Do you have any idea what
We've already been through this. I already won.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Alright,
You're
where's
only still
5?
playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment
There
that
it
you're
is.
powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge.
Alright,
It's a
well, it's not
tragedy.
1, 2, 3, 4,
You
5.
wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately
Oh, well.
to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the
probably
moment we
dies with
say,
me, doesn't he?
"Happily ever after."
So that wasn't as scary as the last noise we heard. The last noise. Oh look, we're back.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Well, that was kind of weird that you said that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Rightio, Mr. Narrator. Rightio.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
Ooh,
boss's
money. I
office,
like money.
hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That he did. That he did. And oh look, there's a numpad.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh yeah. We'll have a drink of shanty.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Ooh, so soothed. Are you all guys, you all feeling soothed? I am. Well, you know what I could eat? Some Chinese. For lunch.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You know, we could actually shut it down this time instead of going to the escape. I feel like it'd just blow us up again. Screw that, we're gonna escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I reckon he's
The
lying.
door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Okay, now I kinda don't want to. We escaped! Woo! Oh, we didn't die though.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer
Oh,
to
wonderful.
his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So
You know what? Why don't you jump down there
accepted this violent
just before it
to his
squishes us?
golden shallow life.
We've broken our legs probably from that fall. Go, jump! Crouch! Ah! I broke it.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ah! I'm too smart for this machine. Or narrator. I can't see.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Who knows?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I don't know about that. We won once. I don't think it made that beep beep sound before when we were in the other room. Now we're just in a boring old room. Mansion. It's like a little art studio.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oh.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I can't say anything at the moment.
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
Save. Now I can come back whenever I want. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Oh. Well, at least we live for that split second whenever we load the game. If we ever get back into the game. Oh, after the game just closed. That's it. That's the whole thing. Game's over. Ah. Actually, I think we do have to quit. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Welcome to the stream, the checkers. Do we want to begin the game again? We kind of know what happens at the start. There's no load. Alright, let's start from the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
He's
Perhaps
gonna
he had
turn
suddenly
the
missed a memo.
thing off this time. The mind control. We're not gonna try and take control of people. We're just gonna turn it off, like he says.
When Stanley came to a set
He
of
goes
two
to the
open
left.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I should have said right that time and just totally screwed it up. Something completely different.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
What?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
This is where
office,
Chris should
hoping
be.
he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
That's where Chris should have been. It said on the sign outside. If you like an hour ago
Coming
or
to the
something.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh yeah, he did. He's gonna listen to some soothing music.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Ooh,
Kind of
woohoo.
surprise.
We're doing well. We're doing well.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
He did. Because he knows where the escape goes. And he presses buttons.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television.
Now I can't remember what
screens.
number we are. We're like
What horrible
427 or
secret did
something.
this place hold? Stanley thought to
So let's look
himself.
for that.
Did he have the strength to find out?
That's not up yet. 427.
Now the
I think
members
that's our
came to
number.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an
427.
employee in the building.
Yep, that's
Stanley's
us.
co-workers.
No
The lives of
window.
so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I'd love if, you know, there was actually someone in there. That'd be kind of scary. This could so turn into a horror game. They could easily
This
do that.
mind control facility. It was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really
spooky.
been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No, I think it was definitely the good
He refused
benefits.
to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it
Was
even
it?
possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
That's okay.
Was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and
Ooh,
commanded
eating.
from this very
That's making me hungry.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
It sounds like we're actually getting somewhere in the story now. And he killed himself. It's a great start.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No, 2 minutes.
Yes.
This place is gonna blow
He
up.
had won. He had defeated the machine.
That's the second time I've won.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his
Not many,
co-workers
if
gone?
any.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal
Oh,
had not been to
happiness.
understand,
Oh.
but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
Oh, if we can't get outside.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
It's like the Hobbit Hill.
He needed to know.
I know, second win in a row. We're pretty... Oh, not in a row, but second win. That's pretty good.
Stanley
Winning
stepped
twice in a game.
through the open door.
It's not a door, it's a picture. Oh, we got out.
Stanley felt the cool breeze
Whew.
upon his skin. A
Oh.
feeling of liberation.
Sunlight.
Immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
And he starved
And
to death.
Stanley was happy.
Well, it was a short story after all. But we're back.
All of his co-workers were gone.
But
What
where
could
are
it
they?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, I think we're going to go one more time, and I think
Stanley
that's
came
it.
to
I
a
think
set
winning
of two
twice is
open
pretty
doors.
good.
He entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
No.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, didn't want to admire it.
Wow.
You just wanted to run
Yes,
straight for it.
This room. But eager to get back to business,
Yep.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he went right.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
We're going to jump
There's
down.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Huh.
What?
Oh.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Ooh.
Now listen
The
carefully.
blue
This is
pill or the red pill?
Stanley walked through the red door.
I kind of want to go through the red door now.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let
Yes,
me
I
stop
do.
you.
Alright.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even
Counter-Strike.
finished drawing this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Skill tree sounds alright.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Alright.
There we go. A third option.
Ooh.
It already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah, let's go
Okay,
for...
so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
leaderboards. Yeah.
Now, would
Oh,
you say that
came through that
competitive
one.
leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking?
Hell
through
yeah.
the tests? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
I laugh if it just.
In this
Oh.
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
Alright.
Of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Almost. You know, if I wasn't so hungry, I'd sit here. Could sit here for 4 hours and do it. I'd probably turn the sound off though. Ah, almost. Alright, let's let him die. Ah, tricked yous. Alright, that baby sound annoying now.
You heartless bastard.
Oh, I don't
Because
care.
you hate babies or purely to spite me?
I hate
Because of the
sounds.
latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Someone else's game? Jeez. We already won twice. Really?
Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always
I can't
desired.
jump.
A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go
Oh, there.
here. No, here. And then...
It's a chair.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand?
Oh.
Perfect. It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Well, Duck wanted me to play Minecraft and he's not here.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. I didn't, but it's okay. I'm sure you can provide some light. Mr.
This is
Narrator.
far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
And Duck's not here to experience it. Oh, a portal. I was talking about that before.
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself.
Where's
What
the
is
mirror?
this game even
Oh no,
supposed to
we had
be?
a
I can't
portal gun.
figure it
That's
out.
right.
Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
I know I do pretty well at Portal.
Genius. No,
I actually played Portal 2 not too long ago.
I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
No, my music. $509. I don't think they had that number for the rooms. This is so weird. Oh. It's like I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
It wants us to quit again, I betcha. Oh no, it's loading. Whew. Alright, I know I said that was going to be our last one, but we're going to do it again.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
But there's no one. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, he didn't. He went downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any
We're going in
logical
circles.
sense. And as Stanley
No, we're
pondered
not.
this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an
Keep hearing
explanation.
its beeping.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was
What?
amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why
Where's
is
the
there a
Chinese
voice in my
restaurant?
head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Ooh.
Now hearing the voice
That's
speak
deep.
these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
So he's got a
All I
wife.
want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
But he opens his eyes and he's still there. Could see that one coming.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
He died.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Wasn't expecting
Mariella
that.
woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this
Ooh.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed
crazy.
dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
But she didn't run. She just stood there. Forever. And ever. And ever. Alright, well.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
I think that's it, guys.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That's it for me, I think, for this game. I think that we're never actually going to find out. But now I'm intrigued, though. Now I want to press more buttons. Oh, it's turning them off. I think that's it, guys. I think we've gone through this enough. I think we won twice. That's pretty good. And we went crazy, and I think we died. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we're going to take a break. I'm going to have some Chinese, because I got some left over from yesterday. Hell yeah. And then we're going to play some Counter-Strike later tonight. Well, later today. Today. It's only 11 o'clock. So, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Stanley Parable. And I'll catch you guys a bit later. If I can turn it off.